It's April 25th, just getting back out, and I'm going to be working on the pallet shed for the next couple days. So I think my plan is to start off maybe filling in some of these post holes and also bringing the level of the floor up a little bit. I just want to make sure this thing is good and anchored in before I put the roof on. I don't want any winds to pick up and try and pull this thing out of the ground. So I'm going to fill in the floor and start with that, and then hopefully later today, this afternoon, I can start doing the framing for the roof. So I've got the entryway kind of cleared out, leveled out a little bit. I'm going to use a old post from a deck. I'll show you over here. So this is a 10 by 10 post, and it's just about the right size. I'll have to cut off this angled section here, but I think this will work as a way to kind of hold the dirt back inside the building, and it'll just turn into a nice little threshold to build the door off of. So I got that threshold cut and placed. You can see I've got it level, and it is sloping away from the building, so if any water falls on it, it's not going to go into the building. It'll get pushed away. So I think next I'm going to go around the front of the building. Here has a bigger gap under the pallets than the back of the building because the property slopes to the south. So I'm going to go around. I've got a pile of rocks over there. I'm going to fill in the post holes and then get those rocks and kind of fill in these gaps with rocks, and then I can start filling in the whole floor on the inside of the building. So I've started filling in under the pallets with rocks, almost like a dry stacked foundation. It's just going to be to hold back the dirt that I fill the inside with. It'll also stop moisture from wicking up into the pallets from the ground. You can kind of see I even kind of filled the top little section with rocks. Walk inside. So yeah, this will all get filled up almost to the bottom of the pallets. That'll be the finished floor height, that threshold right there. So going around, you can see it tapers off towards the back, and then there's just going to be hardly any rocks along the back here. Alright, so I finished up with all the rocks, and then I started filling the inside and getting it more level. Sorry about the wind noise. Wind picked up again just in time to put the roof on. So I'll just walk on this, compact it a little bit. Eventually I'll put some flagstone in here, but for now I'll just pack it down. I might have to add a little layer of sand or something before I put that flagstone down. But for now, I think I'm going to try and get that back beam on, and then also the beam. I got to cut those tops off of the posts, and then get the beam on the front. Get that all square to itself, and then I can start putting the rafters on. Alright, got that back beam up. I'm just attaching it with these 12-inch long screws here. So I'm just putting these into the 4 posts, and then from underneath I'll go and attach up with some smaller screws. So I got both the 4x6 cedar beams up there. I still need to put a few more screws in them, but they're secured on there for now. Next thing, I can lay those out and start running the rafters. It's about 5 o'clock right now. Started getting the rafters on. cutting out the birds' mouths for them. I've just done 3 of them. It's probably how it's gonna sit for the rest of the day. I'm gonna go hang out with some friends that are camping just around here. So tomorrow I'll start in the morning, get the rest of the rafters on there, and then maybe get some 2x4s out for the purlins. Hopefully get all that on. I will be probably leaving tomorrow afternoon. I'm not sure if I want to put the roofing on yet, just for wind. I do have some hurricane straps and some other Simpson ties to strap everything down. It's the next morning. I'm just about to get started again on cutting out those rafters. I realized that one of the 2x6s that I have is too short. I've got 13 total 2x6s. I thought it was 12, but it's going to be 13, which I have, but this one here is too short. So I might have to dig through the wood pile. Might have to go buy one 2x6. I want to make the roof as big as I can so that I can catch rainwater on it. I have enough metal to make it a full 16 feet from south to north, and then it's going to be 15 feet wide east to west. So I'm going to do my best to try and make it as big as I can. Start framing and go check that wood pile, and hopefully I can get it all done so I can get those purlins on. So for cutting out these birds' mouths for the rafters here, what I do is I just put the square flush up against that beam there, and then I mark on both sides. There's that side, and that's that side, and then I'll show you down on the ground how I draw that out. So I'll see if I can do this with one hand, but once I get down on the ground, there's our 2 marks that we just made, and then I get the framing square and I line it up with that line there, and then this point is the end of our other line. So we can just scribe right there, and that's how we know the correct angle for the bird's mouth. And then once you get back up and you've cut it out, I'm just going to go ahead and toenail in with the nail gun just to hold it in place until I can get those Simpson ties on. And you can see the cut up top as well. So I'll just toenail these in, and then I'll come back later and put in those Simpson ties. It's about 5 o'clock. I'm probably going to be done for the day. It's been kind of a slow going day. I got all the rafters except for that last one over on the west side. That'll still need to go in. I've been fighting the wind all day, so I haven't really gotten a ton done. I put in some of the Simpson ties, but I ran out of the nails for it, so I'll have to go pick up some more of those next time I'm in town. I also need to put on the hurricane strapping. So I'm going to strap probably over the beam on that post, over the beam on that post, and then probably the two on these posts here over the back beam, just to keep it all tied down so that this wind doesn't take the roof off. So yeah, I'm also didn't have as many 2x4s as I thought, so I'm gonna have to bring some of those from